Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am continuing my series on AWS SageMaker. So this is my series continuation for SageMaker. So what problem today I'll be solving is I'll be exploring the setting up a domain for an organization instead of just going for a quick setup. And if you are new to my channel and watching this video for the first time, please consider subscribing the channel and liking this video. So let's get started. Today is I'm showing how to set up uh, SageMaker domain. So it is in depth. So I'll go back, show you what I actually did. So there are multiple options when you do a custom setup. Custom setup actually helps you to understand more about SageMaker Studio. Like I am setting up the domain because domain is the backend of the SageMaker Studio. And so what is actually happening in here is I use the setup SageMaker domain, the custom option for an organization. Then you created a new role using the CLI. So I used the CLI to create a new user role for IAM role with the Amazon SageMaker execution permissions so that I'm able to execute the code. Then the next step was it will select by default 9 activities. So where I got stuck was by default I selected this one, but I don't actually need. I do need CloudWatch, but I don't need this ECR and EC2. That's because if you add this ML activity, you will have two more options popped up, right? And if I try to move forward with this, it doesn't move. So maybe it needs further, I think, further input. But I don't need this at this point of time, and therefore, what I let's move on to the next part. Then I was looking at what applications which I will be using in for my domain. So by default, it selected everything which I actually don't need because anyways you will be paying. I mean, it based on the usage, but again, you don't need those many applications. So I turned off the RStudio, Comet, Deep Checks, Fiddler, and Lake Guard. I am still looking for what navigation nodes I need. What do I need for my feature store, EMR clusters, AutoML? So I tried doing the quick setup for myself, and it wasn't working. So then I realized maybe try the custom setup wherein you actually define what you need, which is a bit of a pain point because you have to customize everything as per your need. Let us jumpstart is there, models is there, right? Data Wrangler is there, AutoML is there, deployments, endpoints, project, inference recommender, everything is in there. So you go to the next part. So what I would do is virtual, private cloud, public internet. Use Amazon SageMaker manage internet access. You can specify VPC for accessing the attached. Provide the subnet security groups. Just use a default one, right? I don't want to pay a lot of money for this. So it says the selected VPC is connected to the following services. And if I look up here, because I was trying to set up the domain, so what are the steps which I need to follow? So it shows these are the activities you need to do, right? So it was starting from here. So verify the user was added, launch the studio that user. So for the, I think, network settings, select your default VPC, select any subnet in that APC, leave default, right? So let's leave this as any, right? I don't wanna be, it will work. Leave this by default, right? So it says default, right? I'm still not sure how much it's gonna cost me. So what is this? Auto mount home EFS storage. How do you want to manage your EFS and EBS file systems? Automatically mount EFS storage. What about configuring storage? Let's ask Claude. What about configuration? What about what about configuring storage? Storage, right? One, right? Who's creating a domain? So what happened was I was selecting to create a domain, right? So each time it would create a SageMaker execution rule. And the problem is each time when it creates a SageMaker execution rule, there are so many roles. You can't identify the role associated with the user. For example, this is the user, right? And it has this Amazon SageMaker full policy. I had to manually update the PassRole policy, and I used Claude to understand what was actually happening, right? Because you don't know where it is, and it took me such a long time to even fix this policies, right? I mean, it wasn't allowing, it was blocked earlier, then I have to allow it. Yeah, you can see, right? I will paste all these queries which you can use while you are stuck. But believe me, like, I set up it manually. It is not required to set up custom domain because I chose a user, but each time the role would be created and it would have by default as blocked. So these are the user profile, space management. Now I can see the domain. I think it's still creating the domain, but the only thing I am concerned of, I think domain itself doesn't cost you. Um, it's the notebook instances and the it is open studio, right? So it is still running the domain. I can't open the studio. All right, so it is still running, right? As you can see, this is still creating the domain. We're configuring the resources needed by the domain. This is a one-time configuration and may take a few minutes. So I had to set up the default VPC. Yeah, and authentication method is, I think this has to change, I guess. It should be cancel. I think it's fine. And you can see the application which I'll be using, RStudio. I don't know, do I even need RStudio? Notebooks. So I think I can have, no, that's not the correct one. I have not selected these app configuration is here, right? So these are the app configurations which I will have. So Canvas is there, JupyterLab is there, code editor. I have removed the RStudio because I don't need RStudio, right? What do I need RStudio for, right? And let's go to the domains. It's still running. Yes, the IAM rules are the most painful thing, because each time you have to select and permissions, right? So, for example, this is Amazon SageMaker full access, and then you also need to update your policies, right? So it can be a bit complicated thing if you are doing it for the first time. and let it run. Yes, it's still running, pending, right? Do not close this. So environment. So I want to show you how it looks like. I mean, I have seen videos wherein they are able to create domain in the first attempt. I don't think so. Like, because when you are not a regular user of AWS, it will take you a while to get used to the AWS stuff. As I was showing, I think in the first part of the video, how I used AWS Glue, which is also, I think, being used. There is an issue creating these user profiles. Sasa SageMaker value, Sasa SageMaker username profile failed to satisfy constraint. So let us see what is the issue here. It is saying status is ready. Let us see in service. But let us see, the user is not there, right? Couldn't create the user. So I got, so what I do is I'll just go here, user profile, add a user, right? Name is SageMaker user, right? And execution rule is this, perfect. And I will say dash SageMaker user, right? Why not? I mean, there are always a bit of hiccups, while creating it. Next, submit. Cannot exceed quota for policies unrecognized. I want to use this in a studio, right? I am tired of waiting for it now. I don't know what was the error. I'll have a look at it later. But again, I have the user profile created. Yeah, and the space management. And this is your beautiful SageMaker Studio. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is not bad to be honest. Like, yeah, compute you can see, right? Experiments you can see. And I'll continue with this video by showing you guys how do I use the data wrangler, SageMaker data wrangler. Uh, I'll try to, for example, jumpstart, right? Quick deploy, fine tune, evaluate pre-models, right? AutoML. AutoML is just like an autopilot, right? And yep. So let us create a code. What is code editor? What does it do? Create code editor space, Visual Studio Code, open source, right? General purpose CPU. There's a JupyterLab, right? Create a JupyterLab space. Or let's see, models, right? There are models as well, right? These are the predefined models which you can use. I do not have my own model, so you can use these existing. I mean, these all things cost you money, right? These are not free of cost. Let us see what else is there. Pipelines. So it's like a machine learning pipeline. You deploy endpoints, right? I haven't created an endpoint yet, but I will soon. And yeah, so this is my video of creating um, SageMaker Studio by using custom domain setup, not the quick setup. So again, it is not the usual route, which I do not recommend people to take this route. Um, it took me a while. I got stuck at IAM role, while what IAM role, SageMaker execution role I should use, and what are the policies attached to it. So I think this is an in-depth video of how you can create a custom domain, and how you can use it for creating this SageMaker Studio. I know it sounds like an introduction, but it is not, because when you create the AWS SageMaker Studio using custom domain setup, you will go through all these challenges, and you will be also stuck the way I was, if you are not a regular user of AWS. Um, yeah, so with this, I would like to end this video, and see you soon in the next video.